Hello, Buckos. Hello. How are you today? It's Captain Bucko, and I'm here today to do something a little bit different. This game's only just come out not long ago on the Oculus Rift and the HTC Vive, and it's called Seeking Dawn. Now, when I first saw this, Buckos, I can't tell you how impressed I was. I was impressed to levels rarely ever seen. At last, they finally made a VR game that has normal movement, not the stupid teleporting locomotion that you get in most of them. As a result, I felt the immersion was much greater. It's not a new thing. They've done full movement before in Skyrim, but this is the first time I've seen like a proper full release game come out, or a new release, which is a AAA title, which has the mod. So, hats off to them for bringing out locomotion, movement. Hats off to them. Now, what can I say about the game itself? As you can see what I'm doing right now, you have to sort of move your arms up and down, and that makes it run. You have a couple of different guns you can use. One is normal bullets. Another one is more of a mining sort of weapon in that you can smash rocks and get the stuff out of the rocks. You can fire a thing into the trees, which then smashes the trees up, splinters them apart, and then you get the wood. And if the trees have got fruit on them, you collect the fruit. The reason you need the fruit is because in this game, Buckos, you must eat. You must sink your buck teeth into food and eat all the time. And drink as well. Which, honestly, I don't think really makes the game better, having that mechanic in it. I think, if anything, it detracts from the game. I know it's hard to believe, but I think it would have actually been better had they just removed the eating and the drinking aspect to it, and then just made it a good alien shooter, which sort of reminds me a little bit of Halo, but so a little bit. But overall, I'm finding the game quite difficult, and that it's very tricky to know which way to go, what exactly to do with each creature, whether you fight it, try and get around it. Yeah, it's quite frustrating at times, and I find myself dying over and over and having to do the same level 20, 30 bloody times before I finally get past it. Maybe I could try setting the difficulty to easy. I would actually recommend that you probably do that if you're going to start a new game on it. Try it on easy first. And if you find that easy's too easy, well then you could possibly go up onto the normal mode. But I'm on normal mode and I find it's too hard. So, yes. So overall, what would I give this game? It's hard to say. For a VR game, I give it 5 buck teeth out of 5 buck teeth for a few reasons. And that number one is that there's no other games like it at the moment, really. Number two, I've actually appreciated the fact they put a lot into the graphics in the game. And number three is that it's still quite enjoyable with some of the mechanics in it, like splintering the trees and getting the stuff out of them and the rocks. Now for the bad points though. As I've mentioned, the difficulty is hard. There's a few bugs here and there. You're about to see one right now. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Now this bit here, I die. It's just a dead end. There's no way you can go. Because you've got to kill that creature first. Once you kill that creature, suddenly a door opens up for no reason, and then you can get through it. there's just some annoying stuff like that through it, which really sort of got on my nerve. So overall, with the good aspects and the bad aspects, I'm only going to give this game an overall 3 out of 5 buck teeth. It's disappointing. Anyway, I'm sure you'll still enjoy it. I'm still enjoying it myself. I just think it could have been a lot better. And I'm hoping that some of the mistakes that the developers made in this game, they will learn from. And the next time, maybe they bring out a number 2 or whatever, it'll be a bit improved. The other thing is, I found standing up on this game to be quite tiring and sometimes making you a bit dizzy because of the movement. And sitting down was definitely made the game more playable, but you seem to be a little bit low when you sit down, so it becomes a bit tricky to navigate over rocks and stuff like that when you're sitting down. But it's definitely better to sit down still. So more of a sit down game than a standing up. Definitely not a room scale VR. You only need a small space to play this, which is a benefit, I suppose. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my review, and I still think this is an enjoyable game, and if you have a VR headset, you should probably get it, because honestly there's not much coming out for them, and this is even though it's not fantastic, it's still better than most stuff that's out, so still get it. And if you like my video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and I will leave you now with the rest of it. And I hope you enjoyed Seeking Dawn. Bucko One Canobio out.